Alrighty then. So the advantage of playing Prison Architect is that when you fail, it's actually funny. So we're going to do that. We're going to start on this big map. And speaking of failing, this is the first alpha that actually has a failure condition, so it'll be interesting to see if that happens. Also, a completely new financial policy, a completely new way of handling grants, which I haven't played with yet, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. What we'll probably do is take some of these early grants here. Basic Detention Center, we'll work on that for sure. And the Administration Center grant as well. You can only work at 2 grants at once. They do give you a little bit of money up front, which is going to be important. And have some goals that are pretty much going to be reasonable for what you're trying to do. Now, one of the issues that I often have when I am building a prison is that I tend to build my actual housing facilities, the rooms, kind of on the outside where my fencing is, so it's not very hard for people to tunnel out. So what I've been thinking of is making like the big sort of like the cell building in the middle, or end up with a series of them kind of like this, maybe like even side by side, and then building all the surfaces on the outside, all the services on the outside of that. That's probably what I'll try to do. Now, if we do build a foundation to do that, what do we need? Well, the outside wall plus 2 bits for the cell, 1 for the cell outside, hallway, hallway, cell outside, cell, cell. That's 10. Does that make sense? 6. 2 for the hallway is 8, and then the outside walls is 10, and then some length. I don't know what the ideal length is. We'll do something like that. Okay, that'll be a base. And we'll end up with like a pair of these so we can have a lot of rooms. It'll be kind of expensive at first, but I think it'll be okay. Alright, we'll unpause. We'll get some workers to start establishing that. So these are going to be like my cell areas. Alright, they got trees in now that you can sort of chop down and sell the wood or use it in your maintenance yards. That's one of the big changes in this version of the game at this point since the last time I played. The way to victory in Prison Architect used to be just very quickly get up your workshop, get your prisoners stamping out license plates, and you're just rolling in cash. But now, you have to educate them before they can work there. So it's going to be much more important to just have a lot of prisoners housed and make money that way instead. So, what do I want? Doors. I actually can use normal doors for this. Not staff doors, but actual regular doors for the outside of these prison blocks. And ideally 1 at each end, just to try to, like, make it easier for people to walk through. And depending on how my actual cell space works out, it wouldn't surprise me if we ended up putting like doors in the middle of the walls here too. A big sort of just detention room would also be pretty good, like a holding cell. A giant one actually makes a lot of sense. Maybe one of these I'll actually just make into a giant holding cell to start off with, or half holding cell, half shower, and then convert to actual cells. No. The actual buildings are cheap. The problem is putting in all the beds and toilets and things. They add up extremely quickly. I think I will actually half and half this thing to be half holding cell, half showers to start off with. We'll see exactly how much money we've got left over after we get 1 cell block done up. We're going to need the kitchen pretty fast, obviously. Kitchen and canteen. That might be a candidate for a good centralized thing, but I'm still thinking sort of on the outsides. So all the cell blocks kind of in the middle here. Then we can have kitchen, I don't know, schools and workshops down to the south. Up here we can have offices, the yard, and then a big fence around it, just to make it so that if anyone wants to tunnel out from their rooms, they have to tunnel forever to get out. So we've got lots of time to find it. Something like that. I don't know. I haven't turned off the intake. It's on there. It's not continuous intake, so I can turn it off if need be, but I'm going to try to avoid doing so. What I should probably do Let's get maybe a couple extra workmen. Yeah, it adds up. Ooh, apparently right-clicking also puts down. I thought right-clicking would unselect the tool. I ended up with one extra workman than I intended, but that's all right. Can fire a few people later. Yeah, I know about planning mode. I might do some stuff with that, but we'll try to be a little bit seat of the pantsy. Assuming I haven't messed up my math. I tend to do a lot of like off by one errors when I'm placing these buildings down. I don't think I have though. If we do go into planning mode, for example, and we do walls. So that'll be a cell. That'll be a cell. So yeah, we got the width there, fine. Alright, so it doesn't quite work out that way. But that's okay. Oh, I'm not being consistent with my pattern either way. That's gonna like just drive me kind of bonkers. So if we do something like that. No, it's not big enough. Yeah, so I can't end up with the hallway to break out to the side. That's too bad. We'll end up with one slightly larger room. Although I don't necessarily need a too wide hallway. I could reorientate things. No, this will be fine. Yeah, we'll do that. So there'll be a bigger bunk, a bigger place. That's okay. Or it's not too late for me to change the size of this. Or maybe it is, apparently. I was saying that I was just going to go seat in my pants. But if I were to extend this building by one more. Is that all I need? Oh no, it's not quite. What do I want these to look like? Maybe I'll go this way instead. And then leave a double gap, like that. Maybe that's what I want. And then continue the pattern this way instead. There we go. Do something like that. Okay. Really means I want to do this as well. If I want the buildings to match, and obviously I do, otherwise it'll drive me crazy, right? There we go. I think that'll do okay. Don't think they'll take down these walls. I think I'm gonna have to tear them down myself. Like so. And tell them to dismantle this door as well. Deluxe cells for the grasses? I don't know what you mean. I suppose, like, building a room is not that costly. I could potentially leave this, like, one of these empty for now. And get, like, showers in the middle here. It's a big shower area. Big cantina. Planned out for here. That seems like a pretty good idea. Big kitchen and cantina here. I don't know where we put the showers. Alright. Walls. What kind of wall? Brick wall, I guess. Yeah. Whoops. Okay, looks all right. We also want a regular door here, here, and here. And I can unplan that stuff. So, utility-wise, I think I'll just set up the power area kind of randomly over here. Power, then water a couple of steps away. Put one capacitor there. And I think electrical cable that ran something like this would probably be sufficient. I think. So we've got to get beds, toilets, doors. Do the doors last, that way it... well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter as long as we've got all the doors unlocked, which they will be right now because there's no prisoners in there. So it doesn't make much of a difference one way or another. Like that. Where's the beds? Bed. And that's where it really adds up. It's the cost of all the furniture. Jail doors. Get that hooked up, get this hooked up. There you go, and yeah, I think I'm going to go with temporary holding cell and showers in this building here, even though it's going to have more actual cells later on. I guess I could define the cells as well. That. Okay. So I'm going to try to run a functional, good prison, try to get people education, try to get them work, try to lower the rate of repeat. I guess we don't get the most of our stats and feedback until we get the right kind of offices in place, right? Alright, you're going to need power. Oh, that's right, that's how it hooks up. Forgot about that. So wait, where does the water actually hook up? Well, we'll see. I think that's just the electrical cable. I think that'll work for water, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. We'll find out together. And then, yeah, we've got the small pipes. To actually bring water to the toilets themselves. We will build fence around our power area, just so that no one can come and just, you know, smash it up. Fences don't cost any materials, but they're kind of time-consuming to build. It's the only downside. Yeah, I'm not going to hire any more workmen. I could speed things up at this point, potentially, since we're mostly just waiting for that, but we do have to plot out a few more rooms. Let's go ahead and do a holding cell. Yeah, we can holding cell here. If I get rid of... Come on, go away. Dismantle that door. We'll put a proper jail door there. I'll put up a brick wall here. We'll tear it down later on. And then this is going to be an oversized shower. I should just keep the one door. When did the autosaves get so slow? I don't remember that. Do something like this. Get a couple of drains at the door. I think you can put a drain right there, and that'll keep in all the water. And we don't need tons of shower heads right now, so hopefully that'll be sufficient. Small pipe this way. Bring the large pipe down that way. Meanwhile, the holding cells need a few objects. They need benches, mostly. They need to be enclosed, so just drop down a jail door over there is a big thing. You don't need beds, but this will make it just work a lot better to not have people flip out too much. Put benches. The toilets. Let's go and give them just a little bit of shower stuff too. So that way everyone who's in there doesn't go quite as crazy. Because it is a poor substitute from having your own room. We could even give them like some telephones or something. Telephone and a TV. There we go. Kitchen and canteen's got to get done ASAP. The yard is easy. Oh, they also need some power. Hopefully that'll work. All right, let's go and get... It's going to be a pretty big area, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. Big kitchen and cantina. Oh, I can't lay that stuff down yet. Okay. We can use regular doors. Here, here. One there. One there. We've got room for 12 prisoners. We're only going to get 8 on the first day, so we're definitely fine. Why is it not counting as being enclosed? You have a jail door. cancel this. There we go. I think it's because I had it extended one tile too far or something like that. Holding cell, done. Build a yard up here. Like that. Just so we technically have it. Oh, does it need... Oh, it needs to be secure, of course. Yeah, we'll fence this whole area off soon. Actually, maybe we should get started on that sooner rather than later. I don't know. I kind of need people to be doing stuff. Brick wall. I'm getting, like, little gaps between some of the tiles every now and again. Reminds me of the trouble I was having with Drill 18 and getting things to line up properly. Alright. Canteen. Kitchen. Regular door over here. We don't really need 2 cookers right away, but what the hell. We don't really need 2 serving things, but what the hell. Couple of sinks that way. Couple of fridges this way. That should be a decent start. And usually, because they do spend a fair amount of time in here, it's a good idea to give them a little bit of entertainment and stuff too. 1 phone booth and 1 TV to start off with, and we might give them a little bit more in there too. We're gonna need power. And water. At least I assume the sinks need water. Wow, these workers... I was about to criticize them for walking slowly. He is carrying a fridge. I mean... What can I say? He's doing his best. Alright, tables, benches. We should have that all sorted. We'll get 2 guards, 2 chefs. We just need them before the intake. We've got money left over. Need to get the offices and stuff going, especially if we want to do some research. So, how big's an office need to be? 4 by 4. Maybe over here. So really it's 5 by 5 kind of area. No, that's not even right. It's 4 by 4 on the outside, so it makes it a 6 by 6 when you count all the walls. Here we go. Although they can share 1 wall like that. And I mean, ultimately I will need that many offices. Right there, doors there and there. And then... well, we'll have to wait until they get started with that. There's a lot of space. Building the fences on the outside of things will definitely take a fair amount of time. But overall, I like it. I will go ahead and start laying down the big fence here. Do something like that. Down a large jail door here. Just a single door for now. I don't think we have to be particularly fancy with our barriers. And actually, oops, cancel. Do something like that. Go over this way. And close the yard. Like so. Speaking of the yard, what do you need? Oh, you're not secure. Right, that's all. Okay. We'll be at some point. It will take a long time to install the fence. Let's go ahead and speed things up. Otherwise, let them get finished. Just gotta wait for the workers to do all their stuff. I'm queuing things in a pretty kind of aggressive way there. Kitchen is technically functional. Kitchen and cantina are both functional and happy making. We got a shower. We've got cells. We've got a big holding cell, actually. So we've sort of overdone it. We've got enough capacity here, really, to potentially support 2 whole intakes. But that's all right. We had the money. Get the offices going at some point. Fences are pretty important, too. Oh, you know what we need? Before that glitches out, we need another capacitor over here. Because we're above capacity. I think I've got the intake set up to accept low and medium by default, right? Or just normal risk. And that's fine. Normal risk is fine. Low people are better behaved. They require less work, but they also pay you less. So we'll go ahead and take the medium. I don't think I want to do high security at this point. I don't really have a good setup for that. There'd be too many riots and too many people getting murdered. It would be very bad. I should put a little storage area in here too for convenience. Somewhere for them to put the dismantled lights. Storage. Oh yeah, we need to do exports as well. Not that we were going to have any to start off with, but we'll get it going anyway. Staff room, no. Storage is up here. There we go. How come we actually have positive cash? Do you just get 2,000 a day no matter what? Oh, right. I can't do finance. I don't have an account. I'm an accountant. I guess you do. I guess it makes sense. You get like a federal grant. Alright, so we have room to grow within our existing fence as well. Although, we'll probably have to extend past it relatively quickly. I think we have to wait. Some of these lights should get dismantled, I think. I don't know, it's fine. We can put down some lights. It's not really critical, but it'll feel better if things are not pitch dark. I mean, it's already prison, so it's already going to be kind of creepy. And we have lots of room to expand. Again, this is sort of kind of just temporary, but maybe not. Maybe it'll stay this way, and then we can build another cell block here very easily, still quite far from the fence. And then if we want to, we could build another cell block to the south here and maybe just extend the fence a little further south. Don't want the cells to be too close to the fence, because what happens is people will dig tunnels from their cells to the outside. And so the further it is, the longer it takes them to do. And then it gives you more chance to find it using, you know, routine checks and whatnot. I should actually move these benches over to give me room to put down some metal detectors over here. Actually like that. And apparently I messed that up anyway. Dismantle all these. And actually, by having so many doors in and out of the cantina, I'm going to have to put down more metal detectors. Let's get rid of this one. You know what? And this one as well. Just let them use this one door for now, and then we put a metal detector right there. So we'll still have these items, so when we place them over here, we're not buying them again. Oh, is this done? It is done too. We need electrical cables. Like that. I will get rid of that planning room stuff. Put down my offices. Where are they? Here they are. 4. So and that. Not jail doors, staff doors, probably. Because I think there is technically contraband that can happen in these offices. It might make it a little harder for people to get in there. Chair, desk, filing cabinet, chair, desk. Warden. Bureaucracy. Research finance, because we need an accountant to complete this for some extra money. Then we can unlock some more grants, which will be really helpful. Objects. Benches. Alright, bench. Gap for the table, bench. Bench, gap for the table, bench. Again, I don't want to hug the wall, actually. I'm doing this wrong again. Well, it'll look a little screwy, but we'll leave it there for now. And then my tables are right over here. And brick up that and that. And then give me a metal detector and put it right in front of this door. Oh, I guess they can go out this way too. Hold on. We will have to build at least a couple metal detectors. There. Although, you know what? Hang on. Cancel you. Use that metal detector to build down here instead. There. That'll cover out all the exit out of this general area. Alright, very good. We don't have our guards and chefs yet. Is it the new day? Yeah, it is. It's 5 a.m., so I can go ahead and hire that now. Cook. Guard. Guard. Working on unlocking that. Okay, we can take a new grant. The health and well-being, if we do the medical ward. Prison maintenance. You know what? The visitation rights would be relatively easy to build. Let's do that one. Build a visitation room right over here. I also want a common room. Which I will build down here. at least 5 phone booths. 1, 2. I guess I'll just put 3 in the common room. Finance is almost unlocked. We'll be able to take the accountant, get 5,000 bucks back right away. Man, we haven't even gotten any prisoners yet. I'm not currently making any cash. We're basically spending what we've got, but as soon as we get our prisoners in, then that'll be a little bit of income. We're 1 hour away from our prisoners. Let's go ahead and fast forward this. I don't think I've forgotten anything critical. I hope. Okay, our research is done. Go ahead and hire our accountant. Finish the quest. Oh, exceeds daily budget. Come on, prisoners. Here they come. There we go. We got a budget again. Drop down the accountant. All right. Still technically turning a little bit of a profit, so that's something. This room is going to be common room. Whoops. Like so. Visitation room. Like so. We need to wait for the autosave to finish. There we go. Visitor table. How many do we need? 3. Oh, well, we can fit that all in. Very good. And we don't need anything specifically in the common room other than maybe power. So we want a pool table for the quest. Guess we should leave a gap. And then 3 more phone booths. Yay! More grants done. Alright, I like it because they really give you direction. Raise your prisoner capacity to 15. That's a lot of money, and we can very easily do that. I'm going to take the prison maintenance thing, because those are things I want to do. Oh, short-term investments. Yeah, actually, let's do that. We've got tons of extra money. Let's do that while we work on the other thing. We spend a little bit of money now, and when it's done in 2 days, we'll get a bunch of cash back. I guess it's fine. Maybe it's not, I don't know, maybe it's not ideal. I'm not sure. So this place here was what, 10 tall? So we can actually start with another foundation for another one of these blocks to get our prison capacity up where it's for the next quest. We don't even have to populate all the rooms, we just have to get a handful of them. So, who are our first prisoners? Andrew King over here, with a 52% chance of re-offending. What's my schedule at right now? Yeah, it's really not very busy. I can probably leave it at default for now, since no one is going to be able to work yet, not until I get the education. If I recall the patch notes correctly, I haven't actually played since they've done this yet, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it is. Unlock maintenance. I can probably just tell them to unlock everything. I don't know why the clone tool is something you have to unlock. Seems a little bit weird. Like, to me it's just basic gameplay functionality, not an actual technology. Oh, you know what? I should cancel those, because we'll make one of these a medical office, I think. We're going to need a little bit more power. Still got lots of cash in the bank. Mostly just have to wait for more and more prisoners to keep coming in. Cantina. I don't know if we've got actually enough meals for everyone. Hopefully we do. A little bit of yard time. They don't actually have anything in the yard, though. Let's give them some weights, so they can keep their exercise up properly. And then maybe some phone booths out here, too. They got some nice trees to look at, though. I mean, it's a pretty generous prison. Since they don't have that much going on anyway, let's give it a shakedown. Get everyone searched. Some people may have come in with contraband. And I try to do that every couple of days. I suppose I could have waited for more people to come in, but I don't know. This will be okay now. Just make sure this initial batch of people are relatively well behaved. Wouldn't surprise me if we need more guards. Especially if I'm going to be doing these shakedowns. It can take up a lot of their time. I think I might end up adding more cookers and stuff. I usually have a pretty slow kitchen. And do that, and then add another fridge over here. I mean, I know I'm going to need more chefs and everything. Found a couple of spoons that people could potentially have used to dig out from their cell. Alright. Do we not have a quest to increase our prison capacity? Maybe I didn't take that one. I guess because I didn't need it right away, but... I gotta feel like there's just a better way to arrange these cells. Probably like a really optimal packing pattern that just fits everything in just a little nicer. But this will do. Now wait for the walls to come up. I'll be able to place that a little bit easier. Wait for the maintenance to finish unlocking. Then I can queue up cleaning, groundskeeping. Actually, I don't know if I'll have the money to hire a foreman. Oh, alright, good. Cleaning, groundskeeping. Maybe instead of an office, we'll actually make this the cleaning cupboard. Shower's already pretty, like, dirty. Does not take very long. Does this not have power? Oh, it needs power directly feeding into it, doesn't it? I forgot about that. I always do that with my metal detectors. So this one was okay, but the other one was not. No spoons for serial offenders. Nice. We got cleaning products. Researching cleaning. Trying to feed all prisoners. I mean, we might need more cooks. But I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the ratio is something like 1 cook can feed, what, 8? Or maybe 16? Like, I gotta... with 2 cooks, we should be fine. Hopefully we've got enough sinks. It'd be great once we can get people working in the kitchen. Janitor, 1, 2. Oh, God damn it. I did it again where I right-clicked to try to get out of this tool, and it doesn't work. Like, right-clicking will cancel an object that is being built. It will delete that, but derp derp. We want a gardener as well. Oh yeah, we haven't unlocked that yet. I don't know how much we need a gardener. I don't know what the gardener does, actually. That's alright. You know, usually my prisons are completely filthy, though. Maybe I do want the 3 janitors. It'll matter less once I get the prison labor going, but I guess for now, the 3 janitors. Keep the place clean, keep everyone a little bit happier. With the holding cell, like, I have so much capacity. Like, I haven't decked out these rooms yet. I guess I could be doing that now. I'll just do one side. I'll turn it so their head's not right next to the toilet, like I did last time. That was kind of mean. Well, I didn't do it on purpose. I just realized as I was placing it that it was ending up that way. Do that. Large pipe up this way. Running a little bit lower on money, although we are going to get our investment back at some point. And we can really support quite a few more prisoners and still be okay. And that's what counts. A couple more capacitors just to make sure we're really good on power. Yes, I know about the metal detectors. They can go around, they usually don't. I guess I will have to put some walls down. That way you don't have to keep spamming it. 3 staff members are exhausted. Yeah. Maybe I will have to prioritize that a bit more. Ooh, see, he had a spoon. Drop a staff room right over here. Don't think it has to be all that big. Looking for staff door. Right there. Needs a drinks machine and a couch. At least one of each. Drinks machine. I'll give them the TV as well. I don't think it matters. Just feels better to decorate things. It does need power, though. One family waiting to visit, but we're all set there. That's going to be fine. Research security. Research health, because we're going to want that. Oh, we can do 3 grants instead of just 2 at once. It's only $500 bucks. Go ahead and research that for me. We can do more simultaneous investments or something. Well, we don't really have tons of money for that. Oh, I didn't actually deck these out to be cells. Or define them to be cells, rather. I say, why does it tell me my size is still 12? I guess I haven't put doors here either. I'm going to have to do that. I'm really running low on funds. Okay, I should stop building. I should just, like, hands off for a little while. How's the chat? There we go. Capacity's going up. And I still have tons of holding cells. Like, I could easily have a lot more prisoners. Especially, holding cells are not ideal, but this is not a terrible one. Some of these guys might start fights, but probably not that many.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. Did you know I read every single comment someone leaves on my video? That's insane. Why would I do that? I don't know, but I'll read yours.